If you have a dream and you think that you are too young, too old, too skinny, too overweight, not qualified enough to follow that dream, this live stream is for you. I want to talk to you about a woman who lives locally here. Her name is Helen Bean. She recently was on the Tommy Tiernan show. Now, I know Helen briefly, just passing by in the school saying hello, and our kids pal around together. That's it. However, I have been admiring Helen Bean's work for a long, long time. Let me tell you about her. So, Helen is a nurse, so she has that inherent caregiver in her anyway. She's a very funny woman, but anyway. She is a nurse and has worked very hard her whole life in that industry. However, she did attend the Gaiety Theatre School for a very short period of time years ago. And she was in our local bar down here in Batestown. And Shane Meadows, a director, happened to be sitting in that bar because he was filming something locally that day anyway. And she said to her sister, I'm taking a chance. I'm going up to talk to him now and tell him, I want to be an actress and I want a leg up. So she approached Shane at the bar. She dropped her sense of judgment or that he might laugh her over, and that bit is important, okay? She wrote her details on a piece of tissue paper. I think it was either a tissue paper or a beer mat, and literally wrote the line, give me a chance. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along those lines. And she approached him. She told him about her love of acting. She folded up the piece of paper and he lovingly put it into his pocket. And she left it and she said, sure, fuck it. I've said it now, we'll see how it goes. And he did take a chance on her. He did contact her soon after. And she ended up being in movies like This Is England and most recently, or very recently, The Virtues. Now, Helen Bean, local girl up the road, being in all of these things. You know, she's been in many, many more things. And she took a chance on herself. She stood on the edge of the cliff and shit herself and just jumped. That girl was up for a BAFTA last year. A BAFTA for The Virtues. Are you joking me? Okay? From nurse here in the local hospital in the Lords to a BAFTA. Now, please, people, that girl took a chance on herself and somebody else took a chance on her and she did it. Now, guys, if you haven't seen the Tommy Tiernan interview, go and watch it. It was named one of the top 10 interviews that Tommy Tiernan has ever done. This girl has it all. She's good looking. She's funny. She's an actress. And I'm here to tell you, she's actually a really nice person as well. It is very, very hard to have all of that encompassed in one person. She was so real. She was so raw in the interview. The crack was 90. I've watched it a couple of times. I had tears rolling down my face with laughter and I had tears rolling down my eyes with pride for this woman, okay? Go and watch it. Educate yourself. And if you're feeling at all in any way inadequate, I want you to put yourself in Helen Bean's shoes, okay? And just jump. Take the chance and do it for you. Don't wait for permission from somebody else. Just do it. Don't wait for permission or the go ahead from those nearest and dearest to you. Because what if they go, oh, don't do that. Oh, Jesus, you'd be mad to do that. Put yourself out there for the judgment. Okay? Get it done. Jump. Walk to the edge of the cliff. Think about Helen Bean and jump. Okay? The next person I want to talk to you about, Sharon Keegan. I'm speaking to you about her in the same vein, okay? I have watched Sharon Keegan's business grow from start to what it is today. Sharon Keegan has a business called Peachy Lane. She makes sportswear for curvy women, right? Let's go, people. Hold you all in place. Anybody who has kids or has a bit of weight on knows what I'm talking about. So, Sharon Keegan, Peachy Lane, knocking it out of the park, doing really well for herself. Was featured in Vogue magazine, I think it was in 2019, because we were both speaking at an event and I think it was that week or something she was coming out in Vogue. It was fantastic exposure for her. Now, There's been lots of challenges for Sharon in the last 14 months. However, she has risen above them like a phoenix. I've watched her. I can feel her energy growing from the inside out for her own belief. So, our very own Sharon Keegan, all I was short of doing, lads, I'm not joking, last week was putting the bunting out in the garden like St. Patrick's Day. I was sitting in my house with my invisible pom-poms. Sharon Keegan applied for Dragon's Den UK. And she went. And not only did she book one dragon or two dragons, she booked 3 dragons. People. She is going into the stratosphere. And I've heard Sharon speaking in person and I've heard her speaking on camera hundreds of times. This is the story about Sharon. Sharon has failed many, many times. However, when we say failure in I Am Positive Mindset land, what FAIL stands for is first attempt in learning. We have to reinvent the wheel. We have to rebuild ourselves every time the house comes crashing down. We have to dust ourselves on and get on with it, people. That's what we need to do. Sharon Keegan is just about to, as far as I'm concerned, she's going to become a household name across the globe with the kind of support that she has with those dragons. So if you're thinking, and by the way, let me throw myself into the mixer, okay? I have had so many different careers. I've had so many lifetimes. I have failed many, many times. I've jumped from this to that to the other. And right now, I have found my sweet spot. I have found my flow, and I know exactly why it is that I have been put here. And that is to take all of the tools that I have used on myself over the years to dig myself out of whatever hole I was in and share it with you, okay? I Am Positive Mindset is presented in so many different ways, and there's so many different ways in which you can work with me or use the online products. And guys, we're just about to shift gears again because there's new shit coming down the road. So this is the story. If you think that it's too late for you, or the sun wasn't in alignment with the stars that day, or there wasn't enough clouds on the sky and yada yada, or whatever excuse it is that you're selling yourself right now, stop, because it's all lies. If Sharon Keegan can do it, if Helen Bean can do it, and if I can do it, you can do it too. So, my question for you is, what dream do you have, and how hard are you going to chase it? Take it easy. Slán.